The war in Ukraine has sparked a different kind of conflict, a war of words between former US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The tension escalated when Trump, in a recent statement, labeled Zelenskyy a dictator. The former US president's accusation came amidst a backdrop of ongoing political maneuvering and military clashes in the war-torn nation. Zelenskyy, known for his unwavering spirit in the face of Russian aggression, responded with fiery rhetoric of his own. He accused Trump of spreading Russian disinformation, painting the former US president as out of touch with reality. Zelenskyy's words, charged with emotion, underscore the deep frustration and anger felt by many Ukrainians towards those who they perceive as undermining their fight for freedom. The war in Ukraine has become a crucible for global alliances, testing the resolve of democratic nations and exposing the fault lines in international relations. Trump's accusations, whether rooted in genuine belief or political strategy, threaten to further polarize an already volatile situation. The public clash between these two prominent figures has sent shockwaves through the international community. World leaders are watching closely, aware that the outcome of this war will have far-reaching consequences. The stakes are incredibly high, with the future of Ukraine and perhaps even the global order hanging in the balance. The White House, caught in the crossfire of this transatlantic war of words, has been forced to navigate a diplomatic minefield. While distancing itself from Trump's inflammatory remarks, the Biden administration has also sought to reaffirm its unwavering support for Ukraine. This delicate balancing act highlights the complexities of dealing with a former president who continues to wield significant influence within certain segments of the American public. The White House's response has been measured but firm, condemning Trump's accusations while reiterating its commitment to Ukrainian sovereignty and democracy. The Biden administration finds itself in the unenviable position of having to counter not only Russian aggression on the battlefield, but also misinformation and divisive rhetoric within its own borders. The situation underscores the challenges facing the United States as it seeks to maintain global leadership in an increasingly fractured world. The White House's handling of this delicate situation will have significant implications for U.S. foreign policy. A misstep could further embolden Russia, weaken transatlantic alliances, and erode global confidence in American leadership. The Biden administration walks a tightrope, seeking to provide unwavering support for Ukraine while also managing domestic political pressures and maintaining global stability. Adding fuel to the fire, tech mogul Elon Musk weighed in on the controversy, injecting his own brand of unfiltered commentary into the already heated debate. Musk, known for his outspoken views and unpredictable pronouncements, suggested that Zelenskyy should hold free and fair elections as a way to silence his critics and demonstrate his legitimacy. The billionaire entrepreneur's comments, while ostensibly aimed at promoting democracy, were met with mixed reactions. Some praised Musk for his willingness to challenge the status quo and raise important questions about governance, even in the midst of a war. Others criticized his intervention as tone-deaf and unhelpful, arguing that calling for elections while a country is actively being invaded demonstrates a lack of understanding of the realities on the ground. Musk's foray into the geopolitical arena highlights the growing influence of tech billionaires and the blurring lines between the private sector and international affairs. Musk's comments have sparked a debate about the role of technology and social media in shaping global narratives, particularly during times of conflict. His intervention also raises questions about the accountability of powerful individuals who use their platforms to weigh in on sensitive geopolitical issues. The Musk factor adds another layer of complexity to an already intricate situation, underscoring the unpredictable nature of the information age. Section 4. Macron's call for unity, European security hangs in the balance. Amidst the escalating tensions, French President Emmanuel Macron has emerged as a voice of reason, urging unity and a renewed focus on the bigger picture European security. Macron, who has consistently advocated for a strong and unified European response to Russian aggression, warned against complacency and emphasized the need for continued support for Ukraine. He stressed that the outcome of the conflict would have profound implications for the future of Europe and the rules-based international order. Macron's call for unity comes at a critical juncture, as the war in Ukraine enters a potentially decisive phase. With both sides digging in for a protracted conflict, the French president's message serves as a timely reminder that the stakes extend far beyond the borders of Ukraine. The future of European security, and indeed the very idea of a rules-based international order, hangs in the balance. Macron's leadership on the world stage highlights the importance of strong and decisive action in the face of aggression. His unwavering support for Ukraine and his commitment to European unity provide a beacon of hope in these uncertain times. The French president's actions serve as a model for other world leaders who seek to uphold democratic values and defend the rules-based international order. Section 5. Frontline fury battles rage in eastern Ukraine. Meanwhile, on the front lines of the conflict, the situation remains extremely volatile. Ukrainian forces, bolstered by Western military aid, have been engaged in fierce battles with Russian troops and their separatist allies. The fighting has been particularly intense in the eastern Donbas region, where both sides have suffered heavy casualties. Reports of troop movements and strategic maneuvers suggest that a major offensive could be imminent. The city of Bryansk has emerged as a potential flashpoint, with Ukrainian forces reportedly massing near the border. Meanwhile, Russian forces have launched missile strikes on Sumy, targeting Ukrainian troop concentrations. The fighting has intensified in recent weeks, raising fears of a wider escalation. The human cost of the conflict continues to mount, with countless lives lost and millions displaced from their homes. The situation on the ground remains fluid and unpredictable, with both sides determined to achieve their objectives. The relentless fighting underscores the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The international community must redouble its efforts to bring the warring parties to the negotiating table and prevent further bloodshed. Section 6. The fight for Zaporizhzhia, a strategic prize under threat. The southern region of Zaporizhzhia has become a focal point in the conflict. Russian forces, seeking to establish a land bridge between Crimea and the Donbas region, have been steadily advancing towards the strategic city of Zaporizhzhia. The capture of the city would give Russia control over a vital transportation hub and a significant portion of Ukraine's industrial heartland. Ukrainian forces are putting up stiff resistance, but they are facing an uphill battle against a numerically superior and better-equipped enemy. Heavy fighting has been reported near the town of Patki, where Russian convoys have been spotted moving towards the front lines. The situation in Zaporizhzhia is critical, and the outcome of the battle for the region could have a decisive impact on the course of the war. The fight for Zaporizhzhia underscores the strategic importance of southern Ukraine in this conflict. The outcome of the battle for the region will have far-reaching consequences, not only for Ukraine but also for the wider Black Sea region and beyond. The international community must remain vigilant and prepared to respond to further Russian aggression in the south. Section 7. Ukraine's uncertain future, a nation at a crossroads. As the war in Ukraine grinds on, the future of the country hangs in the balance. The outcome of the conflict will have profound implications for the Ukrainian people, for the future of Europe, and for the rules-based international order. The human cost of the war has been devastating, with millions displaced from their homes and countless lives lost. The international community faces a critical choice: to stand by and watch as a sovereign nation is destroyed, or to take decisive action to support Ukraine and hold Russia accountable for its aggression. The path forward is fraught with challenges, but the stakes are too high to ignore. The future of Ukraine, and indeed the stability of the international system, depends on the actions of the world's democracies. The war in Ukraine is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of international cooperation. The international community must come together to support Ukraine, hold Russia accountable for its actions, and work towards a just and lasting peace. The future of Ukraine, and indeed the stability of the global order, depends on it.